You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. A crash near Nescopeck claimed the life of a Wapwallopan man this past Friday. State Police in Hazleton reported 72-year-old Kenneth Weber of Wapwallopan died as a result of that fatal crash Friday morning. Weber was traveling east on River Road when he diverted into oncoming traffic and struck a tree. Police were not able to determine why he suddenly went into that other lane. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Nescopeck Township and Berwick Fire Departments responded, along with Berwick Area. Geisinger Medical Emergency Services were also there in assistance. Police in Wilkes-Barre City are asking for your help in identifying a man on an ATV. You're asked to take a good look at these photos. Wilkes-Barre police are trying to ID this man. Investigators did not release any information on why they're looking for him, but anyone with information is asked to contact Officer Wilk at 570-208-6698. A Hazleton man is facing charges after police say he threatened to shoot police and a worker at a bank in Hazel Township. 50-year-old John Krell faces terroristic threats charges that were filed by Pennsylvania State Police. According to troopers, an employee told them that Krell left a voicemail with their company on North Church Street that contained threats of him shooting police and people in Mid-Penn Bank. According to court papers, Krell left the message because he was mad about his rent being past due. Krell was released by Magisterial District Judge James Haggerty on $2,500 unsecured bail. A man from Schuylkill County was arrested by Kingston Township Police after police say he allegedly solicited sex from who he thought was a 14-year-old girl. 50-year-old David James Schneider of Ashland engaged in a series of online communications and text messages that were sexual in nature with an undercover officer posing as the teen girl. According to court documents, Snyder sent nude pictures of himself, including a video performing a solo sexual act to the girl while strongly encouraging her to meet for sexual encounters. Snyder was arraigned on 5 counts of unlawful contact with a minor and 1 count of criminal use of communication facility. He was jailed at the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $35,000 bail. A standoff ended peacefully in one part of Luzerne County. It started around noon Sunday, following a call of a domestic dispute at New Street Apartments in Plymouth. A woman called police and told them a man had a gun and threatened her and her children. They were able to get out of the apartment when they saw him putting on a bulletproof vest. Police evacuated several apartments as a precaution and remained on the scene throughout the day. It was around 8:30 Sunday night that local police and some members of the Pennsylvania State Police Emergency Response Team were able to get into the apartment and take the suspect into custody. State police have released more information on a crash that happened around 2 a.m. last Friday morning on one part of Interstate 80 East in Luzerne County. The crash closed that section of the interstate for hours. When state police arrived on scene at mile marker 264.8, they found one tractor trailer fully engulfed in flames, blocking both lanes. According to investigators, one tractor trailer was merging back onto the interstate from the shoulder of the road when it was struck by another. That rig burst into flames and jackknifed across the roadway. A brush fire was also ignited by the flames. A detour was then in place for several hours while the area covered in burnt wreckage, metal, diesel fuel, and melted rubber was cleared. No one in either vehicle received serious injuries. Hazleton Area School District Superintendent Brian Uplinger has released a statement to address public comments and an article released relating to Career Center Vice Principal Michael Possessor. Within a selection of the statement, Uplinger said, quote, "Specifically, my charge as superintendent is to ensure that our children are protected and that our staff abides by district policy at all times. Despite some of the comments, I take this charge extremely seriously. I have never hesitated to make the tough decisions necessary to discipline, discharge, and report to the state and to the authorities, educators, and employees who have violated the law and/or district policy. When facts present themselves that mandate these types of actions, I have acted and will continue to act without exception. I have never failed or refused to act or turned a blind eye in situations like this one based upon political pressure or close relationships. The current situation involving Mr. Possessor is no exception." End quote. That statement comes after a protest was held last week outside the Career Center and Administration building, as well as several speakers addressing the school board during their meeting last Thursday, all in regard to the decision to allow Michael Possessor to continue working after allegations of sexual misconduct by a former student were published on Facebook. And to ensure that Dr. Uplinger's words are not misrepresented and to uphold complete journalistic integrity, you can view the entirety of that statement on WYLN's Facebook page. When Luzerne County Council meets tomorrow evening, part of the agenda is expected to include more discussion on eliminating the use of ballot drop boxes in elections. In order for it to happen, there would have to be a public hearing on the issue. Also at the meeting, the nominee for the county's chief solicitor position is expected to be announced by County Manager Randy Robertson. An executive session of council will begin at the Luzerne County Courthouse at 5 p.m. with a voting session set for 6. Information on how to attend remotely can be found at luzernecounty.org. Staying with news from Luzerne County Council, the new county manager wants to streamline the budget process this year. Manager Randy Robertson is proposing a change in the upcoming budget process. According to the manager, he heard from many on council that the current process causes a high level of frustration. Instead of the previous 10 meetings, the administration is suggesting 4 sessions that the administration expects to be more productive for everyone involved in the budget process. The county manager must submit his proposed budget to council by October 15th. Council has until December 15th to approve amendments and the final county budget. Coming up on WYLN News, PennDOT holding an open house and comment period for a Partnership 81 project. Plus, there's a train display coming your way. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast, brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. And we'll be right back.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your ER partner.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
An open house and comment period for a Partnership 81 project planned for one part of Luzerne County will open tomorrow. An in-person public open house will be held tomorrow from 4 until 8 p.m. with a formal presentation at 6 p.m. at Wilkes-Barre High School in Plains. The online comment period is from tomorrow through August 26th. You can find it online at PennDOT.pa.gov. Once online, you'll have to click on Partnership 81 in the blue box to review project details and provide feedback. The Partnership 81 project is a 7.5-mile reconstruction of Interstate 81 from 2 miles north of the New Angola exit to approximately 1 mile north of the Highland Park Boulevard exit. Construction not expected to begin before 2025. The Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency is reminding students of the August 1st deadline to apply for the Pennsylvania State Grant Award. The deadline applies to anyone planning to enroll in a community college, an open admissions institution, a business, trade, or technical school, a hospital school of nursing, or a 2-year program that is not transferable to another institution. To determine eligibility for a Pennsylvania state grant, applicants must complete the 2022-23 free application for federal student aid, and that can be accessed online at studentaid.gov or pheaa.gov. This year's maximum grant award increased from $5,000 to $5,750. That's the largest maximum award in the program's history. It may be only Monday, but if you're already looking for something to do this weekend that's close to home, we have just the thing. The Anthracite Model Railroad Society will open its doors to the public this weekend for its annual Christmas in July open house. The event runs from noon to 5 this Saturday and Sunday. The Society is on Hanover Court between 22nd and 23rd Streets in Hazel Township. Visitors will be able to step back in time to the 1940s and 50s right here in the greater Hazleton area. You'll be able to see what Hazleton, Jim Thorpe, and other local communities look like. During its Christmas in July event, the club breaks out several Thomas the Tank Engine train-themed trains, which certainly draw the interest of the younger generations who are familiar with the television show. Again, that event runs from noon until 5 this Saturday and Sunday at the Anthracite Model Railroad Society. Coming up on Drifton's News Choice, we discuss National Night Out on Community and You. Plus, we're kicking off this week's series of Leading the Way with Sergeant Michael Bogart. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later on tonight on WYLN TV.
Abby Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
If you want a great job, come to the Poconos.
Check it out. The Poconos has great jobs available right now.
And for many positions, you don't need prior experience. How cool is that?
You can do hotel registration, cashier, dining service, or even a lifeguard.
You can make a career for yourself in the hospitality industry here in the Poconos.
Jobs are available now. Go to PoconoMountains.com/jobs.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Stay tuned for Let's Talk Chiropractic, where we're going to talk about our care with Leah Peters, with her long experience with some of the greatest chiropractors and how we stack up against some of the legends. So stay tuned for that. Let's Talk Chiropractic.
Welcome to Community and You, and today we are going to be talking with Sergeant Michael Bogart of the Weatherly Police Department because they have a big event coming up. It's back.
National Night Out.
Yeah.
August 2nd from 5 to 9. Yep.
And where's it going to be?
It's going to be actually the Arena Park in Weatherly, our town park.
And when people are going to be going, because a lot of them have been postponed or canceled because of going through COVID. So when folks get there, what do you have planned?
Oh, well, I have lots of stuff. So we have a lot of different organizations coming. The Carbon County DA's office is going to be there. The Carbon County Sheriff's, DCNR. They just acquired new property by Weatherly, so they're going to be there. The Game Commission's going to be there, Fish Commission's going to be there. So we're going to have all these different agencies along with our local EMS and our fire department that we work hand in hand with. They're going to be there just for the community, just to get together and meet everybody and see what all the equipment that we have and just interact with each other.
And for people who may not have been to a National Night Out in a few years, you mentioned the fact that the community's coming out, people get together. From the police department aspect, what do you hope that they take away with that?
Just they get to know us on a personal level. We have Weatherly's a great community. It sits secluded, but our residents, definitely have our back and are always supporting us. And just that interaction that we have, that they know that we're there for them and that we're always going to be there to protect them. And just so when we're driving around, they put a face to the name, you know what I mean, or a name to the face, and just so they feel comfortable to come up and talk to us.
What kind of questions are you hoping that they bring? Because I'm sure, again, as a police officer, you get a lot of, oh, well, you should be doing this, or you should have known that.
Yeah,
so,
you do that. You do get a lot of questions. Everybody's like, when they find out, oh, you're the cop, they ask you questions. But basically, we just want them to be comfortable to be able to call us and put a name to the face. So when they see us and they're like, oh, I talked to them at National Night Out, I know who that is. I'm gonna go up and tell them like, hey, the house down the street is suspicious, or we see this happening, or you just want to have that comfort level where they will approach us or call us, and not just not because they're not comfortable or they don't know us.
Going back, when you had National Nights Out before COVID, what were the turnouts like there?
We've only did one. The last two got postponed because of COVID. The first one we had was off the hook. It was awesome. We had a lot of great organizations come out. We had a bounce house, a dunk tank. The local churches were there giving away popcorn and snow cones. Our events committee was there. It was really good.
So it's possible that all of those people could still decide that they're going to be part of all this too?
Yeah, I know Faith Church, I failed to mention them earlier. They reached out. They're a very big supporter of our department, and they're going to be there. And I think they said something like either snow cones or popcorn or something they're giving away. So we're just hoping some of the other organizations in town, or even around the county or local in the Luzerne County, call us and they come down and set up with us too.
Now, you're, of course, in Weatherly, but you mentioned Carbon County, and you're close enough to Luzerne County.
Yeah. Yep.
So are you also hoping that maybe some folks will travel and maybe come and visit?
Yeah, we have a couple of big businesses in town. That people from Hazleton, Butler, Sugarloaf, all those areas, they actually drive in and commute to work. So we'd love to have them come down and see us too, because they're commuters driving through town. So.
And I was going to say, again, as far as the area is concerned, you do have a lot of roadways coming in and coming out of the area. And people are coming to visit, and even in the summer they stay. So you never know who you're going to get.
Yeah, we welcome everybody to show up to it. We hope it's a really, really good turnout.
All right, well, I'm going to give the camera to you. You look right in there, and you, Sergeant Bogart, can issue the invitation to National Night Out.
All right, August 2nd from 5 to 9 at Urania Park. We hope everybody comes down and visits with the Weatherly Police Department and all the other local agencies.
And we certainly hope that you will visit with us again here on Community and You.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Things have changed for all of us, but luckily the Pocono Mountains and everything it has to offer is still here. Just climb our mountains, get lost in our forests and trails, or stroll along our shores. Even try our light and sunny breezes. It's the best way to rejuvenate yourself, and it's older than, well, the hills. We've always been here. You and your family's safety is our first priority, and it always will be. Feel the comfort again when you visit the Pocono Mountains. Find us at PoconoMountains.com.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Powered by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, the all-new emergency room at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is nearly double the size. Our updated facility features all private rooms, the latest technology, and a quicker, easier check-in process. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your partner in ER care.
Just a bit ago, we met Sergeant Bogart about National Night Out, and now we're going to go behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders, like Sergeant Michael Bogart. He is leading the way to kick off this week's series. Welcome to Leading the Way, and this week we are spending it with Sergeant Michael Bogart, and he is with the Weatherly Police Department. Welcome, Sergeant. Nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
And the way I like to start off is, here you are, all in uniform. Let's go back to when Michael was not in uniform and maybe even just coming out of diapers and everything. What was it like? Where did you grow up?
Oh, wow. I grew up, a long time ago. I grew up on a farm, actually. I remember spending my summers picking rocks and driving tractors and taking care of animals and stuff.
Were you local?
Yeah, I mean, not close to the Hazleton area, but yeah, local.
So here you are, and you're on a farm. And did you have any thoughts about, well, when I get older and maybe I leave the farm, or am I going to come back? What was going through your head at that point?
Really nothing. I remember going into middle school, then high school, not really having a direction of where I wanted to go. I didn't know if I wanted to go on to college or join the military, because I had my father and my brother and my uncle were both in the military, or all in the military. So I wasn't sure which direction I was going to go. It wasn't until the end of high school that I actually realized I was going to go into the police academy.
Where did you go to high school?
Berwick.
So there you have a big football program.
Yep.
I'm sure they had a big football
Go
program.
Dogs, yep.
Were you part of the team?
Yeah, yep. So I was part of the team back, it was 94, 5. So I graduated in 97. So we were nationally ranked all the years that when I played. And then after, we were state champions for several years.
Did that have anything to do with your thoughts of being involved and being with a team?
I mean, it definitely helped, playing under George Curry. It definitely, you developed a sense of team and authority and, listening to what you're told to do and stuff. So it definitely molded me into, I think, who I am today. Part of it.
When you were starting to think about going into law enforcement, what you mentioned military, you mentioned other things. So what made you hone in on that?
Well, it was actually one of my teachers. It was actually one of my journalist teachers in high school. She grabbed me. She was like, Mike, what are you doing after high school? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Her brother was a cop, and she was actually like, well, I think you'd make a good cop. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I've thought about it. I came in the next day. She actually had the college application filled out for me. Actually paid my application fee for me.
Wow!
And, sent it in, and then, I graduated June of '97 from high school, and I started the police academy August of '97 in the police academy. So I only had a summer off, and I was right back at it.
Wow. Well, we're going to find out going into the police academy, because that's young. So we're going to find out about that when we come back tomorrow evening with Sergeant Michael Bogart from the Weatherly Police Department here on Leading the Way. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. And stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.